Hello, wonderful person. Welcome back to Recap Hub. Today I will cover an American action thriller titled The Hunt. This movie was good due to some unexpected twists, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. The film starts on a private jet, where in the opening scene, the air hostess asks a man if he needs something. The man craves a fish, but hard luck for the guy, as the air hostess confirms it is unavailable. So the guy settles for a glass of champagne. The man then asks the air hostess if she likes working for Athena. She replies that Athena is sweet. Just as the air hostess is pouring the champagne into the glass, she pours it until it overflows and spills on the guy. The guy catches off guard and reacts instantly to glimpse the air hostess. The camera pans toward the air hostess as her eyes are wide open in horror while she looks across the plane. A chaotic man, who appears to have come from the other side of the plane, wonders what is happening. The man, who has champagne spilled over him, stands up, points toward that guy, and screams that one of them is awake. The old man, named Ted, sleeping nearby, wakes up and calms everyone, saying it is all okay. Ted approaches the confused guy and asks the air hostess for some towels. Ted pacifies the guy and tells him that he is a doctor. Ted instructs the air hostess to lay the towels on the floor. Then, he asks that guy, whose name is now known as Randy, to kneel and lie back down on towels. Ted takes a pen from the air hostess and says he will put Randy back to sleep now since Randy woke up before he was supposed to. Just as Ted utters that, he hastily carves the pen into Randy's neck as Randy screams in agony. A stream of blood spurs from Randy's neck all over the place, and all the other people remain in disbelief. Ted justifies his action by stating that Randy woke up, so he had to do it. Suddenly, a wounded Randy picks up the bottle of champagne, that very infamous bottle that the air hostess dropped on the floor. Randy picks up and smashes the bottle through Ted's head. Randy stands up with a broken glass in his hand and intimidates everyone. Momentarily, a woman arrives on the scene and draws Randy's attention. As soon as Randy turns back to look, the woman promptly stabs the back of her heel shoe right into Randy's left eye. She detaches the heel from the eye, and the whole eye socket of Randy's pulls out. Randy yells excruciatingly. The woman instructs one of the guys to put Randy back with the rest. Ironically, Ted returns the pen to the air hostess and thanks her. He drags Randy into a room where a bunch of people have passed out. The next scene begins with a woman in a light blue jacket opening her eyes to the camera in no man's land in a forest. The same woman, seen passed out in that last scene, in the room Randy was locked in. The woman has a black leather strap locked in her mouth, so she cannot speak. She looks across to find another woman in an orange shirt with a very locked strap in her mouth. There is a man in a black jacket also wandering around here and there. Shortly, the viewers can see a bunch of people roaming around in a forest with a leather strap locked to everyone's mouth. A wooden box is placed in the middle of an open ground, with a hook tool at the side. One guy tries to open the box with the tool, while the others retreat as they take the box as a kind of trap. After some struggle, the guy opens the box, and a baby pig emerges out of it. The guy notices something in the box, so he drags it out. There's a red-colored showcase with different types of guns and weapons placed over it. After seeing the weapons from a distance, the others also start approaching them. The girl in the blue jacket finds a mini envelope on the ground at some distance. She opens it to find a key in it, and exclaims to bring everyone's attention. She unlocks the strap off one guy's mouth, and the guy does it likewise. Soon, everyone is free of that close-knit leather strap and can speak freely. An old man gives that girl a pistol. The girl replies that she cannot use it, so the man moves his finger back and forth and asks her if she can do that. The girl nods, and the man answers, "You can squeeze the trigger then." As everyone is busy checking the guns out, they hear a blast. Suddenly, there are bullets fired from across while everyone looks to get down. The girl in the blue jacket expresses that the bullet almost hit her. As soon as she utters that, a bullet flies across and lands directly at her head as she goes down. One guy aimlessly starts rushing down towards the direction of fires, with 2 machine guns blazing, but a couple of bullets take care of him. One woman, accompanied by a guy, tries to run into the forest to hide. As they are escaping, the guy realizes he has stepped on something. He looks down below, and his face goes white like he has seen a ghost. But actually, he has seen a landmine which he has just stepped on. Immediately, there is an explosion, and they both fly around within it. Next scene, 4 strangers surviving for their lives gather around a gate. One of the guys thinks that it is a manor gate. A manor gate is a landmark gate where elites hunt deplorables. The 4 of them try to climb the gate with barbed wire, and 3 of them get successful and reach the other. When the last one is climbing, the hunters start shooting arrows at the survivors. One of the arrows lands in the guy's chest. He gets frustrated, walks in the direction of the hunters, and starts shooting like a headless chicken. A couple more arrows take him down. The wounded guy sees a grenade land right in front of him, and he closes his eyes. After a while, when the grenade does not blow, the viewers can listen to the hunters talking. A woman hunter wonders why it is not working, referring to the grenade not blowing. The male hunter asks whether she pulled the pin or not. The woman sighs as she forgot to pull the pin. The injured guy sees a grenade land right in front of his eyes for the second time, and this time it explodes. The remaining 3 keep dashing to find shelter. They come across a gas station shop and race through the door. With the guns pointed at them, the old couple, the shop owner, hold their hands up. The old man concedes that there are $200 in the cash register and asks them to take it. The survivors block the door of the shop from the inside with a glass shelf. One of the survivors states that they do not need their money and questions where they are. The old woman answers that they are in the state of Arkansas. The survivors seem upset to find that they are in Arkansas. The guy takes a phone from the old woman and calls 911. He declares on the phone that there has been a killing spree and the police need to come urgently. He explains the whole incident to the police, and the officer on the line assures him that help is on the way. One of the women survivors starts choking after she has eaten something from the shop. The guys start to look after him. The camera pans over the old couple, and they have respirators on their faces out of nowhere. The old woman throws a chemical grenade across while the old man shoots one of the guys with a shotgun. The old couple starts dragging the bodies of survivors toward the back of the shop. Anyway, they are no longer survivors since they are dead. They hear the radio telephone beeping, and the old woman picks up. She declares that she got 3 of them, Molly, Moses, and Whimper, referring to the survivors they have killed. It is now apparent that the old couple is a part of the elite hunters company. The woman on the call states that Liberty got Boxer. She stuck him full of arrows and then blew him to pieces. That indicates the brutal killing of that guy in the forest. The woman informs them that a snowball is heading toward them, and she is unarmed. Snowball might be the name of another victim. A few moments later, a woman in an orange shirt arrives at the shop. She is Snowball by the looks of it. She asks for a packet of cigarettes. The old woman places the cigarettes, a matchbox, and some change on the counter. Just as Snowball sees the change, she holds up the old woman's head and slams it on the counter. Snowball slides above the counter and kicks the old man to the ground before picking up his shotgun to kill him. The woman begs for her life. Snowball announces that cigarettes in Arkansas only cost $6 before shooting her down like a badass. Snowball leaves the shop and takes a position with a shotgun in the woods. She took the radio telephone, so now she hears the conversations between the hunters. One of the woman hunters, named Liberty, asks the other hunter, Richard, to take a look at the shop. Snowball sees a drone flying and hovering outside the shop. Richard informs Liberty that he does not see anyone, as he is the one operating the drone. Suddenly, someone shoots down the drone. Likewise, Richard says on the radio that he has lost the signal. Liberty, realizing something, asks Richard to turn his radio off. A man who appears to be a survivor arrives at the scene. Snowball introduces herself and tells him that he should not have shot that drone. The man says that they cannot see us now, to which she responds that by shooting the drone, he has told them that they are here. The guy shares his theory with Snowball about why they are here. He says that every year, liberal elites kidnap a bunch of normal folks like us and hunt for a sport. The guy introduces himself as Gary. In a short while, they hear a train coming. They jump on the moving train, as Snowball suggests. There is a family of immigrants on the train. The train is stopped at the base, where the soldiers take the refugees, along with Snowball Refugee Camp. She gets to know that they are currently in Croatia. There is another old survivor in the refugee camp named Don. Soon, the diplomat from the American embassy arrives to pick them up. As they are heading to the embassy, out of nowhere, Snowball kicks the diplomat out in the running car, and then proceeds to run the car over his head. When Snowball opens the trunk, she sees the dead body of Gary. It means that the guy acting as a diplomat was also a part of the elite hunters. They also find a map, which might be the location of the hunters. Don recalls that there were 11 people when they opened their eyes in the forest, and now, Only 2 of them are remaining. Crystal recounts the tale of the jackrabbit and the box turtle to Dawn, which is a variation of the tortoise and the hare, where the jackrabbit murders the box turtle after losing the race. The next scene shows the hunters for the very first time after that initial scene in the luxurious plane. They are in a bunker waiting for Oliver, the guy who was pretending to be a diplomat from the embassy. One of them, named Richard, the guy who asked for champagne in the first scene, comes out to pee in the woods. While he is relaxing, out of nowhere, Snowball sliced his throat from behind. The hunters see noises from up, so everyone gets alert in the bunker with their firearms. A baby pig gets thrown into the bunker, catches everyone off guard, and everyone hesitantly shoots at it and kills it. When they are wrapping their mind around what just happened, Snowball in position starts shooting them down. She shows some great skills and technique as she takes all of the hunters down on her own. When only Snowball and Dawn are the only ones left in the bunker, a woman calls for Dawn on the radio. Then, Snowball realizes that Dawn is also one of them. The woman over the radio asks Dawn to shoot Snowball, but before he does it, Snowball shoots him down. The woman over the radio challenges and says to come and get her. The consultant who trained these hunters is still breathing after being injured badly. Snowball tortures the consultant to get the location of Athena, the woman on the radio. After finding out Athena's whereabouts, Snowfall eventually kills him and leaves. The movie shows a scene from a year ago. A past event is shown in which a group text message exchange among Athena's group was intended as a joke, but was leaked online, causing a scandal known as Manorgate. As a result, those whose careers were damaged by the leak decided to make Manorgate a reality and abduct those responsible for spreading the conspiracy theory. The scene shifts to a house where all the hunters are gathered, and they are reviewing the profiles of the people to hunt. Athena had insisted on including Snowball in the search after seeing a social media post from Snowball that upset her. The scene shifts back to the present day, and Snowball arrives outside the mansion, where she hears Athena on the intercom. Athena asks her to put the gun in the mailbox and invites her for a real fight without any weapons. When she enters the house, she sees the pictures of all the victims on the wall. Snowball claims that Athena has mistaken her for someone else with the same first name from the same city, but a different middle name spelling. Snowball's real name is Crystal, and it is revealed for the first time in the movie. Both of them, Crystal and Athena, engage in a grueling fight and end up impaling each other on the blades of a food processor. Athena dies, but Crystal sees a jackrabbit near the body, regaining some energy and recalling a story she had told Dawn. She sews up her wound, takes Athena's clothing and bag, and leaves on her private jet. She tells the air hostess and the pilot on the jet that the assholes you work for tried to kill me, so I killed them instead. The movie ends with Crystal gulping down the champagne.